Europe is trailing behind its international competition.
As the war continues to rage in Ukraine, European leaders are facing the challenge of a lifetime.
Inflation is slowly coming down, but bankruptcies are rising and many European businesses are still struggling to survive.
In 2008, the economies of Europe and the US were comparable in size. However, following the global financial crisis, their economic trajectories have significantly diverged. In 2008, the EU and US economies were roughly on par in terms of size, with figures of $14 trillion and $15 trillion, respectively. Fast forward to 2023, and the US economy has expanded to $25 trillion, while the EU has only reached $15 trillion. Over the last 27 years, the US economy has experienced growth that is 2 times greater than that of the European economy. The increasing reliance of Europe on the United States for technology, energy, and military defense is gradually eroding any ambitions the EU may harbor for achieving strategic autonomy. The cumulative statistics are staggering, revealing a Europe that has lagged behind, sector by sector. Within the European technology arena, companies such as Amazon, Microsoft, and Apple from the United States hold dominant positions. The 7 most substantial tech companies globally, based on market capitalization, all hail from the United States. In the top 20, only 2 European companies, ASML and SAP, make the cut. Unlike China, which has nurtured its own domestic tech giants, European champions frequently find themselves being acquired by American companies. The dominance in the development of artificial intelligence is expected to be shared primarily by American and Chinese firms. Europe hasn't always struggled with innovation. In the early 2000s, Finland's Nokia spearheaded the mobile phone industry, and concurrently, Skype emerged from Estonia, asserting dominance in the emerging video messaging market. Yet, over the course of a decade or two, these companies, along with numerous others, have been overtaken by competitors from different nations. In 1990, Europe was responsible for producing 44% of the world's semiconductors. Presently, that proportion has dwindled to 8% in contrast to America's 22%. Both the EU and the US are actively working to strengthen their semiconductor capabilities. However, projections indicate that the US is set to bring 14 new semiconductor plants online by 2025, while Europe and the Middle East are expected to add just 10. This stands in stark contrast to China's 43 new facilities. In contrast to the United States and China, European entrepreneurs face considerable challenges when attempting to tap into a sizable market in the early stages of their ventures. Overcoming language barriers and navigating diverse market considerations make it significantly more challenging for them to achieve rapid scalability. A startup in the United States can easily reach a substantial portion of the country's over 300 million potential customers by employing a relatively uniform business strategy. Similarly, a Chinese firm can achieve a comparable feat when focusing on a population of 1.4 billion. Despite the European Union having over 500 million inhabitants, capturing the attention of all of them is far from straightforward. In contrast to Europe, the United States benefits from abundant and affordable domestic energy supplies. The shale revolution has positioned America as the global leader in oil and gas production. Concurrently, energy prices in Europe have experienced a significant increase. The conflict in Ukraine and the reduction in access to inexpensive Russian gas have resulted in European industries paying, on average, 5 times more for energy compared to their American counterparts. Pessimistic European executives argue that this situation is already contributing to the closure of factories in Europe. Europe grapples with a landscape marked by fragmented regulations and national divisions. The considerable advantage of scale enjoyed by the United States and China, thanks to their large and cohesive domestic markets, is evident. Projections indicate that by 2030, the combined data holdings of the US and China will play a crucial role in the development of AI technologies. Despite Europe possessing valuable data, the challenge lies in effectively consolidating this information. Regions that do not capitalize on this transformative potential face the peril of lagging behind, particularly in today's interconnected global economy.